Good afternoon and welcome to Stanford on this beautiful early September afternoon for a non-conference in-state matchup between the 0-7 Lions of Loyola Marymount and the 4-2 11th-ranked Stanford Cardinal. Happy Sunday from inside Laird Q. Kagan Stadium. I'm Ted Emberg, and this afternoon we get a matchup that will strongly favor the Cardinal, especially given their record here at home of only 4 losses and 8 draws in 94 matches. Now, although Stanford suffered its first losses coming back-to-back against top-ranked Duke and UNC on the East Coast trip last weekend, they were able to bounce back on Thursday to shut out USF, and it starts with Maya Doms. Stanford right now has looked very good, second-best scoring offense in the Pac-12, ranking 24th nationally, and upperclassman Maya Doms is a huge part of that. Doms, a junior midfielder from Davis, put up a hat trick against CSUN in the second week of the season and has produced the second most shots on goal in the conference at a mark of 31 behind Nicole Douglas of ASU. And you pair Doms with Abby Grubel and you have a deadly combination. Now, Abby Grubel in her senior year has scored 4 goals in the first 3 matches of the season. This already matches her season total in the entirety of her 2019 season. Now, across the pitch, LMU from the West Coast Conference has not had the start they were hoping for, going 0-7 this season, still searching for a win after dropping 14 straight dating back to last season. But they've had a tough schedule, facing 11 Georgetown, 4 UCLA, and University of Washington. Lions being no stranger to facing top-ranked teams. They're searching for that leader, and it could be Skylar Robledo. We saw her against San Jose State, firing up this pride of Lions, and that is something they are going to need against the Stanford Cardinal. Robledo already with a goal this season against UC Riverside, and a huge opportunity for Loyola Marymount to knock off a top-ranked team this afternoon. It's the Lions and the Cardinal. It's all next on Pac-12 Networks.
USAA is made for the safe pilots. For Mac, who can come to a stop with barely a bobble. Lucia, who announces her intentions even if no one's there. And Sergeant Moore, who leaves room for her room. With USAA Safe Pilot, when you drive safe, you can save up to 30% on your auto insurance. Get a quote?
This is a place for ambition, a forge of progress, a unicorn in training, a corner to build a legacy, a vision for tomorrow, a fresh start, a blank canvas, a second act, a renewed company culture, a temple for ideas, and a place to make your mark. This is where dreams become brick and mortar. Find yours on LoopNet.
Hello, Californians. You've got a big choice to make by September 14th. Governor Newsom has spent the past year and a half protecting California communities. Now Republicans are trying to recall him from office and overturn common-sense COVID safety measures for healthcare workers and school staff. Your vote could be the difference between protecting our kids and putting them at risk, helping Californians recover or taking us backwards. Protect California by voting no on the Republican recall.
Deborah Dan,
Megan Holiday,
Nina Pop,
Stephanie Clark, Megan Nia Webster,
Keisha Mike,
Christopher
George Floyd. His name was George Floyd. Say his name.
Say his name.
George Floyd. Say his name.
Say their names. Once again and always, we fight for justice. Black Lives Matter. Go to blacklivesmatter.com.
Clear skies over Laird Q. Kagan Stadium, hovering around 80 degrees right now. A perfect day for some Sunday soccer between LMU and Stanford. This will be LMU's second match after making their way from San Jose State. They dropped that 1-0 and coming over to face Stanford this afternoon. Let's take a look at LMU's lineup. Humphreys, Christensen, Dunphy, McCorkle, Park, Wasi, Thomas, Werner, Zettingol, Schultz, and Skylar Robledo, the captain. Schultz and Robledo leading the attack for the Lions so far this season, looking for that first win. It's been a while, dating back to last year. And across the way, Paul Radcliffe laying things out like this. Meyer, Gurra, Leontini, Brandt, Rubenstein, Breedy, Angie, Doms, Kitahata, Williams, and Pagador. It will be Williams, being the lone forward in the setup this afternoon for Paul Radcliffe in his 19th season. Stanford in their home red and LMU in the white. And off we go. Stanford entered the week number 11 in the United States Soccer Coaches Poll. Started the season 3-0, which was the the ninth time in the past 15 years they've had that 3-0 start. Sitting at a mark of 4-2. They rarely lose at home, and the Lions will have their hands full for a team that just faced some tough opponents on the East Coast. They looked a little tired against USF on Thursday after flying back, and we'll see how they rebound today. Warm temperatures and a throw-in on the far side for the Cardinal to get things going. Circled around to Rubenstein. Back to Brandt. Searching on that outside for Williams. Williams has Rubenstein. Pressure on by LMU. Williams, a sophomore from Laguna Beach, back to Avani Brandt. One of the fresh faces out of New York, playing midfield for the Cardinal this season. Of course, the defense for Stanford anchored by Naomi Girma, number 2. The San Jose native, a good ball, but just passed. And out the other way, Rubenstein collects and tries to turn on Robledo into the box. Second touch opportunity, no. As Kendall Humphreys, the keeper for LMU, comes out and makes the grab. Humphreys in her junior season from Chandler, Arizona. Transferred from University of Arizona. Had 5 saves against San Jose State on Thursday's 1-0 loss. And on the flip side for Stanford, Katie Meyer in goal, one of the captains on this team in her redshirt junior season from Newberry Park. Started all 14 matches in goal last year for Stanford. Of course, last year an off year for the Cardinal at a 6-6-2 mark. They did not make it to the postseason for the first time in Paul Radcliffe's 19 seasons coaching this program. Of course, COVID made it quite difficult to get anything going, especially with the shutdowns, and Radcliffe concerned about their mental health and the limited practice ability, that something Stanford was not able to do. Rubenstein, second effort, looking inside the box was Williams. Now out to the far side. Pagador. Doms. Rubenstein. Trying to bypass the defense. Has some help on the outside. Flips it over to Leontini. Leontini sends one into the box. No help there. As LMU's defense clears it out momentarily. Trying to get it past Avani Brandt. And Madison Werner has it stripped away. Werner gets it back. Tosses over to McCorkle. Stanford applying the pressure early on against the Lions. A couple good looks here in the opening few minutes. Talk about home field advantage. Stanford had a 43-match unbeaten streak at home. That was snapped last year with a 1-0 loss to Cross Bay rival Cal back on March 20th. Throw in for the Lions. Here's Schultz. Pass intercepted by Angie. Avani Brandt getting the start in her freshman year. Rubenstein. Over to Breedy. Across this season, LMU at that 0-7 mark has fallen behind teams early on in the first half and have had to try to turn things around in the second half. They've really struggled on that forward third Spent a lot of time on defense. Here's a good run from the Cardinal. Dom's able to hit the brakes, opens up a path, but that is cleared away. Sarai Zeningol, the junior forward, able to take it away from Doms. Williams. Over to Brandt. Skylar Robledo, the captain. She'll need to have a big game this afternoon. Deflected away by Williams. Robledo from West Covina, played in all the spring matches. Has some serious speed when needed, and LMU will sure need that this afternoon. LMU just trying to keep it out of their own territory. Stanford playing a physical match. Doms with an opening. Good touch outside the 18-yard box, and now opens up Breedy on the near side. Service across. Doms is there. That's headed twice. Second opportunity and deflected away. Leontini had the foot on it. Leontini from Danville, California. 1 goal this season. Let's take another look. Robledo with the first touch there. Leontini tries to set this up real quick. Has that deflected away. I bet she wants that one back. Stanford will earn their first corner of the match. Here it comes. Service into the box. Coming up was Angie. She almost had a chance on it. Second opportunity, right to goal. Humphreys will wrap her hands around it. Humphreys started all 9 matches at LMU at Arizona her freshman season. She had an outstanding year. 6 matches, only allowing 2 goals. And now the Lions on the counter. Doms takes care of that. Back to Germa. They had to turn on the sprinklers right before this match started. Feels a little bit hot for this Sunday contest. Lions looking inside. Almost had a window. And here comes Stanford across the midline. Leontini weaving her way through the defense. It's picked up by Thomas. Thomas over to Zeningol, the junior from Los Angeles. And 3 starts last year. Some limited playing time this year, though. Germa. Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year. Back in 2019, she missed the spring season due to injury, but is a critical part of the Stanford defense. Rubenstein was looking for Breedy inside. Kaylee Park, the sophomore from Torrance, trying to find some help, goes back. Good pass back to Thomas. Making a run on the far right side is Madison Werner, the junior from Mission Viejo, and trying to tee something up for Sydney Schultz inside the box, but Schultz on a different page. Katie Meyer, such a fascinating student athlete here for Stanford. Outstanding goalkeeper. Had a huge viral moment against UCLA in the semis. And here's a ball across the box. Almost a golden look there for Stanford. Another shot by Breedy. That's deflected away. LMU trying to clear some space. And Stanford's closing in. Pagador sends it back to Angie. Help on the outside. Here's Rubenstein. Rubenstein tries to send it in. Robledo there for the block. It'll be a Cardinal throw on the near side. Rubenstein And on a different page, Williams was in the corner, but it'll be a goal kick for LMU. Now our first substitution, Bella Beltran, will come in. Her second year at Loyola Marymount, playing defense at Rancho Santa Margarita. Has a powerful leg. We saw that against San Jose State on Thursday. Can take a shot from distance if she wants to. 9 games and 5 starts last season. A 2-time state champ at J. Sarah High School. Good fans in attendance this afternoon. Of course, Santa Clara coming up next for Stanford, and then conference play right around the corner. And Paul Radcliffe feels happy with the schedule that they have. Seeing some of these top teams like Duke and North Carolina early on could be an early preview of what's to come later on this season. Pressure by Williams, forcing a ball out to Robledo. Rubenstein. And Robledo searching for a run and creates a lane on the left side. Here's Madison Werner working one-on-one on Gurma. Gurma goes down. Werner sends one across the box. And Stanford's defense able to push it away. Just a little bit too close to the post. Werner was inside, had a good look on it. McCorkle trying to feed Robledo. Here's Maya Doms on the counterattack. Knifing through the defense. Good ball. Flag stayed down. But Bella Breedy can't get to it in time. It'll be a Stanford throw. Breedy had 5 shots on Thursday. 3 out of 5 on goal. Rubenstein with some time to work. Touch out to Angie. Angie across the middle. Here's Doms. Left-footed shot deflected away. Here's Schultz. He's trying to put together a run, looking for Madison Werner across the circle. Avani Brandt inching her way forward, hits the brakes, sends it out to Doms. Doms flips it out to the far side to Kelly Pagador. Pagador with all kinds of technical ability. Here's a service across the middle, and LMU got their cleat on it. So did Stanford as well. Looks like the flag came up offsides. It'll be a goal kick for the Lions. Kendall Humphreys, the goalkeeper for LMU. She's going to have her hands full. Arizona native and transfer from U of A. Maya Dom stripping it away. Rolls one from distance, and that's routine for Humphreys. Dom's out of Davis, human biology major here on the farm. Doms and Grubel both with 4 goals on the season, tied for first. 10 appearances last year for the junior at midfield and put up 2 goals. Rubenstein out to Angie. McCorkle trying to apply the pressure, sends a ball down the right lane. And Robledo able to shield and bring it back to the keeper. Well, Jenny Bindon, head coach for LMU in her 2nd season, trying to turn this team around. Has a storied career during her time with New Zealand's national team, played for New Zealand for 10 years. He's an outstanding goalkeeper and is currently helping out with USA Soccer with scouting goalkeepers. Good move by Breedy. Able to turn on the defense. Left-footed shot is deflected away by Humphreys. Humphries throwing up her arms, asking for help from her defense. Look at this move from Breedy. Burns the defense, left foot on it. Almost puts it in the near side. Breedy already with 2 goals this season, a 5th-year senior. And at Georgia, extensive national team experience, and is off to an excellent start this year. Stanford will take the throw at about midfield. Breedy had all 14 starts last year in that mid-forward position. It's a huge impact maker for the Cardinal. 3 shots on goal for Stanford so far, none for LMU. Cardinal have earned 2 corners. Here's Germer. Good move inside the 18 and across. Ball was looking for Williams. Rubenstein saves it, flips it over to Doms. Doms a touch inside. Trying to get it back out to Doms. And Avani Brand is going to take a shot from distance. Curves that one almost into the corner. Pagador takes over. She'll release a shot just over the head of Samantha Williams, looking to head it in. LMU with a throw on the deep corner in their own territory. See Pagador, great footwork. Arrived at Stanford, well conditioned in her first year. Anna Roseville, very technical. Paul Radcliffe just raved about how physical and how conditioned she was. Something you usually don't see from high school to playing at Stanford at such an elite level. But certainly Pagador the exception. Another name that we haven't called yet is Andrea Kitahara, number 20. Certainly a player that Paul Radcliffe is excited about. Another freshman on this team. No experience last year. This is her first year, but some of the freshmen that did play in the spring season, now due to injuries and COVID, they actually got some more experience than normally they would have. Which certainly is going to help Stanford on the back end of this season, having some of those games under their belt already during their time at the farm. Paul Radcliffe still trying to figure out what this team is, what this team can do, but he seems to bring success wherever he goes. At Stanford, before Stanford, and he played at UCLA, everywhere. Dom's getting tied up with the defense. Some physical soccer from Stanford. Williams with it. Over to Rubenstein. Rubenstein help on the outside. Over to Leontini. Working one-on-one. Robledo takes it away. Good move by McCorkle. Now, Paul Radcliffe, born in England, raised in Calabasas, just north of Los Angeles. Played on the 1990 UCLA championship team, coached at UCLA for a little bit as an assistant at St. Mary's, went 55, 34, and 7, a 3-time West Coast Conference Coach of the Year. And Stanford certainly loved that. They brought him over. And since then, he has just been dominant. 5 NCAA final appearances, 9 Pac-12 titles. Last year, an off-season 6-6-2, 5-3-1 in conference. But this year, a 4-2 mark. Here comes the corner from the Cardinal. Left-footed bending on the back post. Flying in is Angie, trying to get a good look at it. Kitahara! Pawed up over the crossbar. This ball gets out of the box. Kitahara from the 18-yarder. Almost puts one up and over the glove of Humphreys. Humphreys has to go to a new level to reach that. Leontini will take the corner on the far side. Right foot this time. Near post, almost an own goal. LMU almost headed that one in. Naomi Germa in on the action. Wearing the captain's armband along with goalkeeper Katie Meyer. Germa's parents immigrated from Ethiopia as teenagers to the U.S. Was introduced to the sport of soccer through the Ethiopian community and certainly has been kind to her. She can hammer the ball from distance, put one in the goal against Duke. Stanford year after year just always showing such a strong defensive team. Germa certainly has been a part of that now in her final year on the farm. Sydney Schultz with some room. Back to Amber McCorkle. One of the top scorers in high school at Torrey Pines High School. And Stanford's defense able to clean it up. McCorkle sends one. Deep in the right lane is Abby Lynch. Germa flips it out of bounds. Germa, such a tough player. Missed the spring season due to injury. Back in full force this year. LMU with a throw on Stanford's territory. 2-on-1. Kita Hata pulls away with it. This could be dangerous. Stanford with some room to operate. Doms slows things down, sends the ball for Williams. Williams trying to turn the corner, and out of play. Stanford will earn their 5th corner of the match. Good job by Robledo, putting up that physical presence against the Stanford attack. Here's Julia Leontini in her 2nd year. Left-footed corner on the back post. And that one is in the net. Stanford takes a 1-0 lead off the corner. Here's another look at it. Belbrede turns the corner on the defense, saw the window, rattles the back of the cage, and Stanford will strike first against the Lions. That'll be Brady's 3rd goal of the season. Just match after match is showing a more, just her physical ability is elevating. 5 shots on Thursday. And a goal early on here in the 22nd minute. Brady almost with another opportunity. As LMU was fumbling with it. This one sent all the way back. Lexi Yella, the freshman for LMU, working on Avani Brandt. Well, this is the 3rd all-time meeting between these 2 programs. The series is actually split 1-1. And an early lead for Stanford against the Lions. LMU has just struggled to get it out of their own half of the pitch. A lot of questions about their season. 0-7, 14 straight losses, but when you have a team like that, sometimes it can be difficult to play against because they don't have much to lose and can really send the full press if they need to. It's a hot day, so definitely the conditioning, which Paul Radcliffe wants to improve from his team this season, will come into play in the second half. As we approach the 25th minute mark. Stanford with 5 shots, 5 corners. Kendall Humphreys has had to make 3 saves and allowing just one to get through from Belbrede. Rubenstein. Pass over to Samantha Williams. Williams with time. Works to her left. Almost thought about taking a shot on it. Was looking for Doms inside the box. Out to Park. Trying to push away Angie and Rubenstein. Can't flip it through the legs. And Rubenstein will take over. Angie swings it to the far side. Kitahara. Ball inside the box, and Williams was closing in on it. There's another look at it. Pagador looking for Williams. Robledo shielding with her body. Not afraid to play that physical soccer. Lynch, the closest player to it. Katie Meyer able to take care of business back there. She doesn't allow much to get past her, Meyer. And there's Robledo again, forcing it out of their own territory. Leontini with some time. Stanford setting something up here. Doms flipping to the outside. Pagador's there. See the spacing by Stanford. They're just taking their time, not forcing it when they don't have to. Trying to create that moment and go up 2-0. Ball into the box and headed out of play. Looking for the far post. Well, this is a great service. Just outside the 18-yard box, Doms. And just scoots it a little too much on that back post. Good ball, though. Humphreys sends it away. McCorkle. Here's the sophomore Kaylee Park. Good touch, but behind McCorkle. That is a great ball. Staying with it is Yella. That defense for Stanford shining brightly this afternoon. Christensen feeds it outside the 18, trying to turn inside, and Germa's there to clean it up. Sydney Schultz was trying to make a run on goal. Schultz in her final year at LMU out of West Sacramento. She plays 110%. Already 1 goal this season against Riverside, 1 assist against Navy. And it turns out Stanford goal kick. Couple of substitutions coming in. Amy Sayer, the sophomore from Sydney, come in for Breedy. And Ison, the junior defender from Rockland. And Wheeler, the sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia. Wheeler with some great experience from last year in her sophomore season out of Atlanta, Georgia. A four-time All-American and one of the top recruits in the nation. He has some time with the U.S. women's U20 team, as do a lot of these Stanford players. The Tokyo Olympics was full of Cardinal. 30 minutes in, 1-0 Stanford. Bella Breedy hitting her third goal of the season. Madison Ison. Amy Sayer looking for Wheeler inside. McCorkle trying to get rid of this. Yella fighting off of Vonnie Brandt. Legs are tied up. And LMU will keep the ball. Good fans in attendance this afternoon. Of course, Santa Clara match up next before conference play starts for the Cardinal here on the farm. I believe that Santa Clara match, the defending national champs, that one is sold out already. But we will have that on Pac-12 Network. And Stanford will take the throw. Here's Ison. Over to Engie, back to Ison. 2-on-1. Sayer was making a run inside, just not on the same page. Williams gets the deflection. Here's Dom, so dangerous from distance. And delivers a drive over the crossbar. Pass taken by McCorkle. LMU struggled with putting something together on the front third this afternoon. Just trying to connect some passes in the back end. Stanford's defense not allowing it. Ison working her way down the pitch. Wheeler inside. Here's Sayer. Sayer to Engie. Engie, one of the leaders on this team, along with Naomi Girma and Katie Meyer. Engie, such a great compliment to Grubel and Doms. Ready with 2 assists on the season. Ison just sends one over. Oh, almost an opportunity for there. Amy Sayer. Ison picked up her first career goal against San Diego State in the 81st minute this season. Williams outside the 18 sends a service across. Robledo there. Ison trying to fight her way. And a foul called. LMU will take over in their own territory. Doms with a move. Lots of space for Madison Ison. Ranging to her right is going to have to pass Robledo. Fighting her off over to Wheeler. Ison over to Engie. And down goes Engie. That'll be a kick for the Cardinal. Engie, redshirt junior, dad Brian played soccer at Harvard. Mom Cece lacrosse at Harvard. And her brother, a soccer player at Tufts. Got that athletic blood in her body. 7 shots on goal for Stanford this afternoon, 5 corners. LMU's going to stand 2. About 5 yards inside the 18-yard box. Here comes the kick, near side post. And they're going to do this again. Jump the gun a little bit. Everyone's set. Referee wants people to spread out. Already bunching up before the ball's been struck. And here comes the whistle. Second opportunity. Back post and too much underneath it. Doms was waiting there in the corner and sailed up and over her head, and LMU will sub in 2.
Number 34, Megan Tinsley.
Megan Tinsley coming in, and Emma Rolliter, redshirt junior from Washington State, playing defense. Started all 9 games in the spring. Had a pretty good high school career, played some strong club teams. LMU getting the fresh legs in on this 80-degree afternoon, facing number 11 ranked Stanford. Ison. Sayer. Looking for Wheeler. Here's the captain, Robledo. Good play by Germa. Doms with some moves. Trying to set up Kitahara on that run. And it'll be a goal kick. Dunphy there on defense, able to clean it up. Stanford had a good window. Looking for Sayer on that last play. Dunphy, one of 2 sisters on this team. There's Sierra Dunphy, 16, and Sadie Dunphy, Sierra, redshirt sophomore, and her sister, the younger, her first year at LMU. Lonnie Brandt. The spacing from Stanford has been pretty incredible against LMU this afternoon. Sayer with some room, weaving her way through the defense in the 18, and a deflection. She'll earn the corner. She can burn defenses, gets past one, almost puts that one on frame. LMU gets the left foot up, deflecting that one away, and a Stanford corner coming up, and a couple of substitutions, 3. Katie Duwong, Mia Watanabe, and Harrison will come in for the Card. This will be the 6th corner this afternoon. 8 shots on goal for Stanford, none yet for LMU. It was Breedy who scored the first goal this afternoon. Stanford looking for another one. Last touch by the Cardinal, so it'll be a goal kick for LMU. Humphreys gets ready to set this one up on the back end of the first half. Approaching the 40th minute mark. Sayer putting the pressure on. Duwong in the match now with Nia Harrison. One of the things Paul Radcliffe talked about is sometimes when he puts in the second string players off the bench, they do just as well trying to prove their mark. This one just wide of the goal. That was JoJo Harbor, a grad student from Bellevue, Washington. He came in against USF when Kennedy Wesley went down. Wesley had a collision, and Harbor, who was injured and returning from injury, came in and able to notch a goal about 5 minutes later. She was sidelined from her own injury and made amends for it quickly. Eisen was looking inside for Wheeler. Angie sticks with it. She's trying to feed to Duwong. Eisen resetting the offense over to Brandt. Couple options for Stanford right now. 4 minutes and change left in the first half. And Marshall gets her foot on it. Stanford will earn a kick here. LMU trying to argue their case to no avail. Sayer will get ready to take this, the sophomore from Sydney. She picked up 9 starts last season, then went to go play with the Australian national team. 9 shots on goal so far for the Card. Trying to put one more in before the half, which is coming up in just about 3 minutes. Sayer and Harbor back behind it. Harbor 12, Sayer 17. And Sayer will take this with the right foot up and over the crossbar. So many of these Stanford players with experience with the national team. With the Olympic team as well. Of course, so did Stanford's opponent on the East Coast trip, North Carolina. Final couple of minutes. Stanford trying to push something. And LMU clears it out of play. Sayer flips it down to Eisen. Eisen into the box. This one headed and wide of the post. Katie Duong trying to make something happen here on the back end. The transfer from Minnesota. Here's another look at it. Great ball, low line drive. She's right there. Keeper Humphreys was ready for that too. Germa takes care of that, back to keeper. Quiet afternoon back there for Katie Meyer. Hasn't received any shots yet from LMU. But credit to the Lions, only keeping this 1-0 game as we get ready for halftime pretty soon. 11 shots for Stanford, 6 corner kicks. And on a hot day like this, the second half, man, those legs are going to be burning. Throw from Thomas. Thomas, the sophomore from Danville. 1 minute remaining in the first half. Germa on the back line. See if Stanford can make one more push with 60 seconds left. Watanabe over to Sayer. Sayer surveying the defense. Calling for it on the far post and trying to turn it in. Second opportunity is in the net. (2-0) Stanford. This is a great ball, deflected, and it goes right in front. Able to clean that up is Amy Sayer, the sophomore from Sydney. And you felt the Cardinal pressuring LMU on the back end. A friendly deflection for Stanford, and Sayer is there to make it 2-0.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
And we will count down to the first half. Stanford with 12 shots on goal, 6 corner kicks. They lead the Lions of LMU 2-0. Amy Sayer takes that deflection, puts it in on the back of the first half. Bella Breedy on the front end, scoring the first goal, her 3rd goal this season. Let's take another look. Top of the cage. And Stanford cruising into half, up 2-0 over the Lions. Second half after this. Back here at halftime, 2-0 Stanford over LMU as we take a look at stats and what Stanford has been able to do during their time at Tokyo in the Olympics. 6 former Cardinal competed at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, the most of any program in the nation. North Carolina featured the 2nd most players with 5. Allie Riley played in her 4th Olympic Games, serving as team captain for New Zealand as well. You have Tierna Davidson, Katarina Macario, and was she an exclamation mark during her time here on the farm. As we take a look at all of the Olympic medalists, ranging from swimming, volleyball, track and field, fencing, water polo. Of course, Katie Ledecky at top of that list, 108 Pac-12 Olympic medals, the most of any conference, and just being able to balance the school working remotely during COVID with all the time required to be an athlete here on the farm. Some amazing stuff, and congratulations to all of the Olympic medalists representing the USA. Second half after this. Back on the farm, Stanford, the 11th ranked team in the nation, leading the Lions of LMU 2-0 the score here at half at Laird Q. Kagan Stadium. And this is how it went down in the first half. We have 2 goals for Stanford. This one across, gets a little deflected out of the way. Top of the cage is Bella Breedy, her 3rd goal of the season, the 5th-year senior from Georgia. Able to knock one in. That gave Stanford a 1-0 lead. Then on the back end of the first half, legs are getting tired at this point. Sayer works her way in, gives a pass on the end line, comes back across the middle, and rolls one into the far corner. It's her 1st goal of the season, the sophomore from Australia. 2 names that we didn't call in the open. We were thinking it was going to be Grubel and Doms, but Stanford, the depth. 2 other players able to step up and lead this Cardinal on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. 12 shots on goal, 12 shots total, 5 on goal. 6 corners earned for Stanford, and LMU struggling to attack a sturdy and tough defense that Stanford puts up, led by Naomi Girma. LMU trying to turn things around in the second half. They knew they would have their hands full, and Stanford able to recover after that East Coast trip against North Carolina and Duke. Things look good so far for the Cardinal on the farm. Second half is just around the corner. As we take a look at our preseason numbers and polls. Right now, Stanford sitting at 11th in the nation. They were at 10 before facing Duke and North Carolina. Right now bumped down to 11 at that 4-2 mark. Oregon State looking really good in the Pac-12 Conference. Florida State, who fell to Santa Clara in that title match last season, getting the #1 ranking. Santa Clara at number 8. And Stanford will be facing Santa Clara next before their conference season begins. So definitely a tough preseason matchup for both of these teams. Stanford scheduling some tough opponents, defending national champs, Duke and North Carolina, and for LMU, seeing UCLA, University of Washington, and Georgetown. And now here comes the physical conditioning that Paul Radcliffe talked about. Can LMU hang with Stanford on the second half? 80 degrees this afternoon. For the most part, they've been just trying to keep it away their own territory. And Sayer knocks in her 1st goal of the season. Stanford sporting those 3 stars on the back of their uniforms for their 3 titles, 2011, 17, and 19, as 17 is contributing to this lead as we open up the second half. If you're just joining us, Stanford in the red, LMU in the white. And Ted Emberg here with you at Laird Q. Kagan Stadium on the farm. Once the home of Leland and Jane Stanford, over 2,000 acres of their farm back in the day. And there's even some horse stables that they've kept on campus. Here's Sarai Zettingel. A little bit too much contact from Nia Harrison, the freshman. And LMU again finding themselves working from behind this season. 0-7 to start off the year. Seem to have put together better second halves than first halves in those 7 matches. And they certainly will be tested on the back end of this one. Spacing and touches from Stanford have been too much for LMU's defense to handle thus far. See if they can turn things around. Jenny Bindin, their 2nd-year head coach, 6th coach in program history, came over to lead the Lions in 2019. And I talked to her about this 0-7 start and what she's talked about and what a lot of coaches talk about in the Pac-12 conference and in other conferences is that they're really just trying to develop their players to grow and expand and get ready for life after college. And certainly that is a challenging thing for all these student athletes to do. Certainly was the case in the spring with COVID and all the restrictions. Stanford was hit hard by that, but so was Santa Clara, just a little bit south of Stanford's campus, and Santa Clara able to pull off the national title, their second title in Bronco women's soccer history. Inside the box, Doms was on the outskirts looking for something. Sayer pops it out to the outside. Cardinal threatening early in the second. Through the legs of one defender, looking on the back post. And Sayer there to clean it up. Is not in the best position. She'll send it out to Leontini. Leontini thinks about a shot, and McCorkle deflects that away. Garma anchoring this defense, wearing number 2 in the captain's armband. Flips over to Harrison. Help on the outside is Kitahara. And taken out of play. Cardinal with a throw. Nope. We'll switch it. Lions will take it. The key for LMU is trying to put some shots on frame. They don't have any yet in this contest. No corners, no shots. The keeper has been busy back there. Kendall Humphreys, ready with 3 saves on the afternoon. Stanford with 12 shots and 6 corners. Chance for another one here inside the 18-yard box. Player goes down to Wong, trying to make something. Doms into the arms of Humphreys. Looked like it might have been a penalty for a moment there. And Samantha Williams, the sophomore from Laguna Beach, Pac-12 all-freshman last year. Started a really cool thing during the off-season, a 501c3, a nonprofit that she started called Kids Kick Back, where she started collecting soccer cleats and donating that to underprivileged children around the nation. Harrison. Kitahara on that left lane. Working on Thomas, sends one back post on top of the netting. Dangerous shot from distance. Oh boy. Look at this one. Kitahara unleashing, almost targeting that corner. 14th shot, and here's a breakaway for LMU. Schultz with an opportunity inside the 18. Germa on defense trying to bypass her, and Germa able to hold strong. Robledo. LMU trying to work something on the far side, looking for the give and go. Not on the same page as Germa will let it cross the end line, and Katie Meyer will take over. Looks like Katie Meyer not in anymore. Stanford's going to go with Ryan Campbell in the second half, leading 2-0. Campbell in her second year on the farm out of Laguna Beach. All-state All-American in high school. She actually committed to UCLA, where Paul Radcliffe played on that national championship team, but decided to go to Stanford instead. So she'll get some extra minutes. And Stanford trying to weave their way in. Sayer almost gets a friendly bounce inside the box. LMU gets lucky on that last touch. And a penalty. That's going to be a foul on Leontini. Stanford just keeps coming. Actually led North Carolina last weekend into the half, and then North Carolina able to pull out that 2-1 win. The two losses this season for Stanford, North Carolina, and Duke, which they might be seeing later on this season, a collision. But Ryan Campbell able to clean it up. Let's take another look at this. Great ball. And up and over, doing whatever she can as Campbell takes that away from Schultz. Stanford across the midline. Lots of space on the near side for Nia Harrison. Kita Hana posting up in that corner, working one-on-one inside the box. Oh, what a move. Past Wasi. And Stanford earns the throw. Now here comes JoJo Harbor notching that goal. Coming in for Wesley. No word on Wesley yet, but not in the match this afternoon. Dom's far side to Eisen. Eisen sends one across the box and picks up the deflection. Last touch by LMU, so Stanford will position themselves for a corner. Taking it here is Katie Duwong, the junior transfer from Minnesota. Stanford actually wanted her to come during her freshman year, but Duwong decided to play at Minnesota. She played there for 2 seasons. Good look there. Too much underneath it, though, from Bonnie Brandt, and it'll be a goal kick. Let's take a look back at that Harbor goal on Thursday against University of San Francisco. Harbor injured, comes in at the 70th minute and gets the touch, hits the top of the crossbar into the end line, breaks the plane, and Stanford ends up beating SF 1-0 in that contest, moving to a 4-2 mark on the season. Talk about the depth in that match. Harbor coming back from injury, putting up the goal this afternoon already. Breedy with a goal, Sayer with a goal. Good ball inside the box. Stanford can hit you in so many different ways. Duwong fakes out the shot. Good touch. And LMU's Sadie Dunphy pushes it out of play. Stanford really hurries on the throw-ins. Good service inside. And up and over the head of Sierra Angie.
Keep it up, keep it up.
Goal kick for LMU. LMU, a very young and developing team. Only 3 upperclassmen as Doms strips this away, looking for an opportunity and sprays it wide. And she takes a tumble here on the back end, intercepts this pass, working to her right, and just kind of misjudged that one. Sayer with the pressure. Doms again almost intercepting that. Stanford able to stay with it. Leontini circles it to the outside. Kita Hana always working from the corners. Knifes through the defense inside the 18-yard box. Hits the brakes and takes a shot. Looked like it deflected off the face of Micaiah Christensen for LMU. Let's take another look at this. Great move from Kita Hana. Stops and, yeah, looks like the back of the head for Christensen, freshman from Syracuse, Utah. The 17th shot from Stanford, 2-0. here in the 56 minutes, 7 corners earned. We knew LMU would have their hands full this afternoon. Dom's there in the midfield, almost acting like a spy in the NFL. Really searching and seeking out balls there in the middle, and seen her intercept a couple of them and go right to goal. Here's Gurma, so dangerous on the back line. Harrison over to Doms, the white headband. That's a great ball. McCorkle in a little bit of trouble, back to Christensen. McCorkle with nowhere to go, over to Robledo. He's getting physical between these two teams. Robledo looking for space, great ball. But Harrison on defense able to take it away from Thomas. Thomas in her second year at LMU from Danville. Led her high school team in goals as a senior. But that back line for Stanford doesn't allow much through. LMU has had a couple of looks. It's been quickly taken away. With Harrison, Gurma, and Avani Brandt. In the first half, Stanford had 12 shots. 5 more in this second half as we approach the 60th minute mark. Good move from Leontini, puts one on frame. Too much underneath it, and a substitution for the Cardinal. Astrid Wheeler back in the match. We saw her in the first half for a little bit. A sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia. One of the top recruits in the nation. Of course, Cal Berkeley getting the #1 recruiting class in the nation, which they certainly were excited about across the bay. Leontini. Here's Avani Brandt. Dangerous pass inside the box, flipped over the defense, and a chance to put one in. That was Katie Duong trying to make something out of it. This is set up by Harbor over one defender. Then on the bounce up, Duong trying to make something happen in the corner. Puts it on top of the netting. Now Stanford approaching 20 shots on goal in this contest. You can just see they pressure so much on LMU's back line that Lions are just trying to get it out of their own territory. Here's Sayer. Sayer puts one on. A little bit wide of the post. Things starting to heat up. Sayer with a quick look, sees an opening. And right foot. Leontini. Katie Duong over to Harrison. Harrison, 2 defenders in front of her, heading towards the corner and will earn the throw. Substitution for Stanford coming in. Out goes Kitahara, and in comes Mia Watanabe. A second-year forward from Hawaii, who was a 2-time state champ prior to coming to the farm. 5 appearances last year as a freshman. We talked about. And here's Wheeler almost with an opportunity to make it 3-0. Let's look at this. Substitution coming in, and then Wheeler probably doesn't see the keeper coming out. Humphreys was right there for it. And credit to the junior Humphreys to make that save with Wheeler approaching quickly. Wheeler again. Puts one across, in and out. We talked about last year, and due to COVID, well, it was actually the spring season because things got moved to spring. Now, some of the freshmen had more playing time than they usually would have gotten in a regular season. And, of course, Astrid Wheeler now in her second year, definitely taking advantage of that. As a recruit, Paul Radcliffe was very excited about, one of the top recruits in the nation. There's Germa flying in like an eagle to make a play. LMU struggling on that front third to make something happen against Stanford's keeper. Saw Katie Meyer start the match, and now Ryan Campbell in between the pipes for the Card. Here's Wheeler. Circled around to Germa. Germa to Harrison. Germa goes down. That'll be a foul on LMU. Harbor pops it out of the hands of Madison Thomas. And now Harrison with the throw into Sayer. Outside the 18-yard box. Pressure by LMU. Zetting goal in. On the contacts, ball will stay with Stanford. Cardinal really like to rush when they get a foul. Quick throw-ins, quick kicks. Here's Leontini. She'll tee this one up. Host of Cardinal about 2 steps inside the 18-yard box. With 2 lines standing tall. Looking back post. This one off the keeper, and Wheeler hits one off the post. Here's another look at this. Foul was called inside the 6-yard box. Good ball. Hits the keeper. Wheeler was trying to clean it up, but foul already called, and it'll be a goal kick. 21 shots now on goal for Stanford this afternoon. LMU still looking for their first. Schultz in her final year at LMU, 1 goal this season against Riverside. Good move on Wheeler. Chance inside the 18-yard box, and down goes one of the Lions. Some contact made on both sides. Schultz, the guilty party. And a kick here for Ryan Campbell. Harrison. Good ball for Harbor. Harbor with the quick throw. Duong feeling the pressure. Good touch. Flipped over to Sayer. Flag stay down. Sayer sends a ball across. Nobody there for the Cardinal. And LMU able to squeeze it out. Thomas kicks this forward. And a shove in the back. Easy call on Avani Brandt. Looking for some help back there. It was Avani Brandt and Werner. And Brandt will take the foul. Give Stanford some time to get back on defense. Kai Christensen in her first year from Syracuse, Utah will line this free kick up. One of the first opportunities for LMU if they can take advantage of this. This one teed up back post, and Campbell is there. Campbell, if you remember, she got the start against North Carolina when starting keeper Katie Meyer was delayed due to changing her earrings out. Duwong gets a friendly deflection. Looking inside the box. That was Mia Watanabe. So Campbell with some playing time there against the Tar Heels, and she'll get this second half to her name. Comfortable 2-0 lead for Stanford this afternoon. Goal scored by Bella Breedy and Amy Sayer. Sayer on the back end of the first half. And it's just been a Stanford offensive production. 21 shots so far. Here's Sayer on the outside. Left-footed service across. Headed out once by the defense. But nobody there in midfield for LMU. Here's the junior DeWong out of Portland, Oregon. DeWong, a bioengineering student on the farm. Sends one, looking for Sayer. Good physical ball by Madison Eisen. Wheeler has it stripped away, and LMU could have had a decent counterattack, and it slips past Kylie Park. Stanford able to retain possession. Closing in on 70 minutes in this contest. You got to think the LMU defense has to be worn down right now as the attacks just keep coming from the Cardinal. This will be a goal kick. And two more substitutions come in for Stanford and two for LMU.
In for LMU, number 6, Genevieve Watkins, and number 27, Sydney Sapak. And
Genevieve Watkins and Sapak will come in. Kelly Pagador coming in. Number 27, her first year here at Stanford. And she has been ready to go out of the gate for the Cardinal this season. An excellent defender. A little bit too much on it on the run for Madison Werner. Werner, 15 starts her freshman year at LMU. High school MVP for 3 years in a row.
And for Stanford, number 5, Sierra Engie.
And now another switch. Engie will come in for Julia Leontini. Engie, one of the leaders on this team. And talented player, intelligent, very technical. And she'll clock a few more minutes in this second half. Engie. Harrison, San Diego native. Stanford inching forward, Breedy. Here's Wheeler. A good run inside the box, danger, and Breedy one touch away. Stanford able to hold on to possession deep in LMU territory. And they'll circle it back and reset. Stanford taking their time, prodding the defense of LMU. Bella Breedy looking for a run in her second goal. She's looking for it here in the second half. The attack from Stanford on LMU's defense is causing the Lions to make some errant passes, and Stanford just keeps cleaning that up and applying the pressure. Now here's Nia Harrison. Inside to Breedy. And LMU player goes down. It's Kylie Park. Was a cross-country star in high school. Has some serious speed, and she'll flash from time to time. Watkins and Christensen there on the back line for LMU. Looking for some help. Here's Dunphy. And again, Stanford able to take it away. Kelly Pagador. Over to Duong, using all kinds of time. Stanford with his comfortable 2-0 lead at the 73rd minute mark. McCorkle across the middle. Over to Zettingel. Robledo. Taking her time, looking for a run in that deep left corner. And unable to connect the passes. Here's Gabrielle Marshall, the junior from Anaheim Hills, checking in, a WCC all-freshman team, her first year at LMU. 5 shots in the spring. We'll bring her in, trying to apply a little bit more pressure, trying to get something going for these Lions in the second half. Stanford 21 shots, 7 corners. LMU still looking for their first shot. Pagador. Thomas trying to pickpocket her. Stanford with time. Angie swings it around to the near side. Katie Duong. Duong creating her own lane. Touch to Pagador. Stanford able to circle back with Duong and retain possession. Harrison back to Gurma. Stanford's head coach Paul Radcliffe in his 19th season talks about year after year. It's really the hard work that they put in the offseason and the preseason that makes them successful year after year. A couple of setbacks with UNC and Duke, and they're reloading a little bit right now, he feels like. This Stanford team is always so successful due to that hard work. I'd like to see some more conditioning, though, which couldn't imagine at the farm what that looks like. These players look pretty well conditioned to me. Service into the box. Touched once by the keeper, and Stanford couldn't put it in on the rebound. Oh, beautiful service from Duwong. Oh, it's right there. Eisen looking for her second goal this season. Picked up one against the Aztecs in the 81st minute. In her third year. Going back to the fitness levels for Stanford, you really saw on their East Coast trip the fitness sliding off a little bit. It was so hot out there that you really saw it affect them when they got back and faced the University of San Francisco, looking a little bit tired. But not so the case this afternoon. Service on the outside. Staying with it, ball into the box, but no one's there for the Cardinal to clean it up. Angie. Astrid Wheeler weaving her way in, a block by the keeper, stays in play, and cleared by LMU's defense. Stanford might have another look at this. And they will reset. Wheeler feeds to Harrison, and that will cross the end line. Flag goes up anyway for offsides. Let's take another look at this chance. This ball by Brady. Shot deflected by the keeper, stays in play. Almost saw Wheeler come in. And then another goal for the Card. Holding LMU 2-0 right now, 24 shots issued by Stanford this afternoon. Brady with one goal already, the fifth-year senior. Amy Sayer, her teammate from Sydney, notching the second one. Intercepted by Harrison inside the box. Out comes Humphreys. Brady on the outskirts of it. And this is what Stanford does. They intercept balls at midfield. A great pass, just a little bit in front of the fifth-year senior from Georgia. Stanford hustles to every single pass when they're on offense, and maybe even more so when they're on defense. When LMU's had the ball, they are attacking, and it has forced LMU to make some errant passes. Stanford is able to swoop in there and clean it up and just keep the offensive pressure on all afternoon. Coming up on 80 minutes, 2-0. Stanford in command. Player for LMU goes down. Well, a quick time. It's going to be Madison Werner, and the junior. As we look at the schedule coming up ahead, if Stanford can pull off the win in the next 10 minutes, Santa Clara came at number 2 ranked to start the season, and then dropped right now to 8. Florida State number 1. So you have Santa Clara defending national champs coming up here at home. Utah, Oregon State, which is looking very tough this season, as well as the Oregon Ducks. Stanford will have their hands full all on the Pac-12 network. Make sure to check those out. On the flip side for LMU, they'll be at Cal State Fullerton next Friday, home versus UNLV, and then facing University of Pacific down in Los Angeles. What a great afternoon for soccer. You can feel fall is just around the corner. Temperatures dropping a little bit in the afternoons here in the valley. Looks like Stanford trying to get one more. Breedy staying with it. Pass over to Eisen. Service in the box. Germa. Out to the freshman from San Diego. Here's Nia Harrison. 2-on-1, pulls back. Feeds to Duong. She's got a good service. Inside the box is Breedy. And LMU clears it. See the pressure here from Stanford all over the Lions. LMU has not had a break this afternoon. Germa anchoring that back line. And a San Jose. Stanford with time and opportunity. Inside the box. Passing one defender. Looked like Duong was going to try to make a run in front. And Breedy can't find the junior transfer from Minnesota. Ryan Campbell in goal in this second half. If you're just joining us, Katie Meyer started the first, and then Paul Radcliffe made the switch to start the second, putting in the sophomore Campbell from Laguna Beach. Hasn't seen too much action from LMU in between the posts, as it's been a Stanford dominant affair. 24 shots, 7 corners for the Cardinal. Harrison inside, Duong. Pagador. Duong. Reverses it to the far side. Wheeler looking for a run. LMU on the counterattack. Germa is there to fight off Michaela Gussler and Werner. Pagador. Service inside. Player down on the pitch. Micaiah Christensen for LMU. Angie searching inside. That's another goal for the Cardinal. 3-0. Sierra Angie comes up big. Let's take another look at this one. Stanford applying the pressure in the second half. LMU doing all they can to try to get the Cardinal out of their own territory. Angie with a pass. And able to clean it up. Too easy for the Cardinal. 25 shots on goal, 3-0. And Breedy's second goal of the afternoon. 2 for Breedy, 1 for Sayer. And a 3-0 match. Cardinal sitting on top. And we're probably going to see some substitutions, which in some of the earlier matches this season, like we saw against Cal Poly, CSUN, San Diego, Stanford started running up the score more. I asked Coach Paul Radcliffe about that, and everyone on the bench who gets to come in a comfortable lead is trying to do their best to get the start, to show the coach what they're made of, what they can do. And they want to score just as much as the starting lineup. See if Radcliffe will swap out some players with 5 minutes left to go in regulation. Stanford up by 3. Another opportunity, service for one on the backside. Sayer was there. Up and over her head. Stanford retains possession. Pagador with time, and she sends it. Tough angle to header. LMU just trying to do something with it. Ison over to Breedy. 2 goals this afternoon for Breedy. Can she pull off the hat trick? I was looking for the touch on the outside wing. And that'll trail over the end line. Goal kick for LMU.
In for Stanford, number 12.
Now is JoJo Harbor. Now coming in. Graduate student. Getting her master's in sustainability science. Ready with a goal this season out of Bellevue, Washington. Father actually went to Stanford, wrestled for the Stanford team back in the mid-'80s. Campbell way outside the 18-yard box. Robledo. Wasi. Good move by Schultz. And this LMU team looking tired. They've got to be trying to fend off wave after wave that Stanford has sent their way this afternoon. 25 shots on goal. 7 corners. 3-0. 2 goals for Breedy. 1 for Sayer. LMU knew they would have a big challenge this afternoon, trying to knock off the 11th ranked team in the country. Sometimes when you have an 0-7 start, you can really leave it all out there on the field of trying something new. LMU wasn't able to find the answers this afternoon. Sayer with time. Far post. And coming out is Humphreys. Stanford this year picked to finish 3rd in the Pac-12 preseason coaches poll, behind defending Pac-12 champs UCLA and USC. Of course, a team that I would say always makes it to the postseason, but of course, the spring season snapped a 22 consecutive postseason appearance by Stanford. With early tests this year against North Carolina and Duke, and of course Santa Clara coming up, they certainly will have a good base to build off of to start conference play. Chance for more. Breedy sends one. And Humphreys on the far side, able to make the save. Wheeler applying the pressure.
There is 1 minute remaining in the second half.
Now Stanford closing in on these lines with 1 minute left. Big task ahead of them with Santa Clara next Sunday on Pac-12 networks. And then conference play starts. The Cardinal open it against the Utes of Utah. Powell Radcliffe wants to make it back to that postseason. Last year he was more concerned about the mental health of his players and really was so shackled in terms of what they could do with training and COVID cases popping up. Sometimes they were traveling and had to turn around. LMU had a chance there. Stanford's defense flips it out. Lions with a throw on the far side. 8 seconds left. Can LMU put something together? Stanford will clear it out, and the Cardinal will improve to 5-2 on the season, dispatching the Lions of LMU 3-0 on the afternoon. The offensive production insane from Stanford. Attack after attack coming the way of the Lions back line. Katie Meyer and Ryan Campbell both with time in goal. Bella Brady, the fifth-year senior, notching 2 goals. Amy Sayer, the Australia native, with a goal of her own. Here's another look at it. Here's the first one by Brady. Top of the netting, makes it 1-0 Stanford. On the back end of that first half, a friendly deflection by the Cardinal. They add another one. They cap another one in the second half, 3-0.